Hello, everyone. Welcome to Harsh Worded, Tender-Hearted, Episode 9.
We are your hosts. I'm Kaira.
And I'm Tash. And today we will be talking about our opinions on parenting. And then we're going to play a little quick-fire game after.
A little question. It's like kind of like 21 questions, but not 21 questions.
Yeah.
If that makes
like
sense.
Hot seat.
A little disclaimer. We don't have kids. We are not parents.
Yeah. We
But
are not parents.
We still have opinions.
Yeah.
Because we have parents.
That's true. We have parents. We came from somewhere, so.
So granted, our opinion will probably differ after we have kids, but
That's true.
we're here now.
That's true. Parenting is like a weird kind of thing for me because I grew up literally like convincing myself that my one purpose on this earth was to be a mom. And I know like a lot of girls go through that, a lot of like kids especially go through that. Like a lot of kids just want babies. It's like the weirdest thing.
Well, you look at all like the baby, like the children's toys, they're all babies.
Yeah,
And you look at girls.
Yeah. And I was one of those kids, like I loved like baby dolls. I had a baby alive.
Cute.
Loved baby. I loved parenting class in high school. Like,
Oh yeah, didn't you have like that fake baby that you had to
yeah, I
parent
had
for, like,
I
a
had a
weekend?
fake baby. I did that course and I loved it. I wanted to take that class. I know a lot of people take it because of like,
It's easy.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy. I know. I think it's like fits into one of those like group A, group B, group C things to
Yeah,
graduate.
requirements to graduate. Yeah.
Something like that. But I wanted to take that. I would have taken it twice. Like I love that class. But I don't have kids, like we said. I've spent a lot of my life around babies. So I was 10 and a half when my brother was born. And everybody knows older sibling duties. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody says like the older siblings, like you're so angry all the time because you became a parent when you didn't ask for it. You know, like obviously I was excited because I was a 10-year-old girl that always wanted like loved babies. So I loved that period of my life where like I was younger and I loved taking care of him and I loved helping out with him. And then in like my later teens, I'd say I've always been like I loved babysitting and then I started kind of like nannying. So I had this friend that I made at work. She is a little bit older than me. She's still alive, but she is a little bit older than me, and we were coworkers, became friends, and then she had kids. She had one kid, and then I remember her having another kid, and I babysat them a lot, and it turned into this thing where I was like I was nannying them. I was like babysitting them all the time, like dropping them off to school, picking them up from school, feeding them dinner after school.
Yeah, you're like parenting them.
Yeah, she would go off on vacation and then like leave me money on the counter and the kids were mine for the week. You know what I'm saying? Like I would just live at their apartment and one was at the time like a baby and one was 6. For like between the ages of 4 to 6. I'd say I was in his life. And the other one was like a few months old to like 2 years old. I spent a lot of time doing that. And then my stepsister had a baby and I loved that. And then my cousin had a baby that I played a big part in his early life. I always say, like, I still say I want to be a parent. I'm not too focused on it right now, but I say, like, I want to be a parent. And people are like, oh my God, you don't get it. You don't want to be waking up in the middle of the night. You don't understand what it's like to be teething. I'm like, I've done all that.
Yeah.
I've woken up in the middle of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you've already
like,
done it.
Yeah, it's like I've already done it. It's like, no,
you
I
know
don't.
what you're getting into.
Yeah, I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. Again, like, because a lot of people say you can give them home. And a lot of those situations I couldn't. Obviously, I don't know what it's like to like give birth. That scares the fucking shit out of me, kind of.
Traumatizing giving birth.
I know. And you know what? I always say I have belly fever.
No matter which way.
Yeah.
Like C-section or natural birth. Like,
I know.
it's traumatizing.
I don't think I'd want a C-section.
No.
I don't think I'd want a C-section. I don't know. My body doesn't recover from things very well.
That is true.
Like anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't know. I don't know. And I scar so easily. So like if that's already going to be a scar, it's going to be a fucking bad scar on me. And like I hate to sound like superficial. Like if it needed to happen, it would happen, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I always say I have belly fever because you know people say that they have baby fever. Like
you want a bump.
Yeah, I want a bump and I don't know why but the birth part scares me. That's the part, like I have no idea what I'm getting myself into there. And my mom gave birth to me completely naturally.
Really?
No epidural.
I was removed.
Through the vag.
I was a C-section.
Really?
An emergency C-section, actually.
Oh my
I was
God.
stuck. Yeah.
Interesting.
My mom likes to say it's because I had a big head.
But I always had that expectation of myself to give birth completely naturally. Because my mom's always like, I did it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did it. It was fine. But with my brother, I think she had
epidural.
I think. I'm pretty sure, but my brother was bigger than I was. True, but my brother was like 6 pounds. I was like 4 or 5.
You were 4 or 5
Yeah,
pounds. That's tiny.
I was tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
She like sneezed me out pretty much. Like, of course she didn't need the epidural, but I have that expectation for myself, and I think that like when I get pregnant, it's gonna be all of these like rush of like hormones, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I can do it, and then I'm gonna have
when
an
it
awful
comes down
time.
to it.
Yeah,
because you're already scared of birth.
that right.
You know,
right?
So I feel like it would freak you out to just have a natural birth. Like, you'd
Like-
probably be like, I'm gonna do a natural birth, but then when it came down to it, you'd probably be like, give me the epidural.
But like, have you heard of those
know?
like they decide too late?
Yeah.
I feel like that would be. I'd push it till the last minute, and then I'd be like, no, I need it. Like, I cannot do this. It's not.
And they'd be
coming
like,
out.
it's too late.
Yeah. And then I'd be fucked, and then I'd never have a kid again.
True, because you'd be traumatized.
So no, I literally.
But there's like
can't.
other ways to have kids. You could have a surrogate.
I actually wanted to be a surrogate for a while.
You know what? That tracks.
Pardon?
That tracks.
What?
Like, you would want to be a surrogate.
Okay, live footage of me learning like the slang. This happens all the time, but we usually don't get it on camera.
I'm dead.
Yeah, no, I wanted to be a surrogate. I wanted to be a foster mom for a really long time as well. I always said if I was a foster mom, I think I'd be okay taking older kids, like teenage type kids.
Mm-hmm.
But then you know what? I always said that I would grow more attached. And it would just be such a hard job for me to, like, if they got adopted, if they had to leave, like,
True.
I would be in emotional turmoil all the time.
Do you think it'd be easier if you had a baby? Like, if you, like, fostered a baby? Or is it just
No,
for
but
any foster kid that you
Any
had?
foster kid, I think.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
if they had to leave, if they got a new...
Yeah, it's like when you foster animals.
Yeah. Like,
Not to
I don't-
compare foster children to foster animals, but, like, I've always wanted to foster animals. So I get it.
I'm dead. I've always wanted to foster people, but... Yeah, like, I feel like I would just become so emotionally attached, and, like, I would literally be a mess if they ever had to. Like, I would adopt them all. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
And then I'd only be a foster mom for like what, a year, because then I'd have 4 kids. Do you want kids?
For a while, I didn't want kids.
I thought so.
Yeah, it's only until recently that I was like, you know what? I think I want kids.
Really?
Because I never wanted to be like, oh, I want kids and say that not being 100% sure,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
Because I just don't want to mess them up. I don't know. There was a period of my life where I was like so scared of messing up my non-existent kids
Yeah.
that I just didn't want to have them just in case.
Mm-hmm. I struggle with that a lot.
Yeah, right?
You know what? What throws me into it a lot is when I have outbursts that mirror my mom's, especially around my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I get that.
it scares me so bad in the moment that, like, afterwards, like, I feel so guilty, number one, and I feel so, like, ashamed of myself, and so, like, oh my god, what kind of mom would I be? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why, again, everything is so fucking deep. I do struggle with that a lot as well. Like, I can't even regulate my own emotions sometimes.
Yeah, right? No, like, right now I have a problem regulating my own nervous system. Like, I regulate to other people's nervous systems. So, like, how am I going to have a kid? And for a long time, like, people would ask me why, and I'd be like, I'm too selfish to have a kid right now. You know, it's like, I can't put their needs above my needs right now. Me being a 22-year-old girl.
Oh, that's true.
You
I always
know?
forget that she's... that you're literally, like, barely 20. Like,
Yeah, I'm 5 years younger than
I'm
you.
dead.
You're closer to 30 than
I'm
you are
closer
20.
to 30. I'm turning 27 in a couple of weeks, and I am feeling it. I am like, oh my god, it's hitting me really hard that I'm almost 30. The parenting thing also came with, like, a bit of a timeline for me for some reason. Again, Asian.
I know my mom really wants grandkids.
Yeah.
And my brother is already, like, approaching his mid-30s. So she doesn't think that he's having kids anytime soon.
Oh my god, mid-30s. I don't want to get, like, I know these stereotypes aren't always, like, exact and don't fit into every family or whatever, every life, but
It fits into ours.
yeah, a lot of them fit into ours about our culture, our background, and I don't know if it stems from a religious
It
standpoint.
might, honestly.
Because, like, our home country is so religious, so Catholic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, everybody's very, like,
they start celebrating Christmas in September. The Burr month.
oh my god, yeah.
Like the birth of Jesus.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a whole thing. Like a whole
country,
season.
yeah.
Countrywide thing.
Yeah. So I don't know if it stems from somewhere like that, but like the purpose of your child is to have another child. When you put it in black and white, like you get rid of all the like other bullshit.
Continue the bloodline, I guess. I don't know.
Exactly. And another thing is that's why boys are so important in our culture.
You can see that too.
You can see it. My
You
mom
can see
openly
it.
will tell anybody in the entire world, even if you don't ask her, that my brother's her favorite kid, and her reasoning like out loud. Then the reason that she says it out loud is because it's the best one. Like it's the best one is that he's a boy.
See, my parents would never like outrightly say that.
Oh, my mom
but
says
it's,
all
like,
the time.
you can tell, like even like strangers
Yeah.
that are the same like ethnicity as us, like
Yeah.
you can kind of you can see that there's a difference in treatment between the sons and the daughters.
Yes, exactly. So
I don't know if it's a family name or
I think all of our moms want grandkids. You know, like
Yeah.
all of them are kind of pushing for grandkids.
You know what? I think one of the reasons why my mom really wants it is because she went to a psychic once, and the psychic told her that one of her kids is going to get married and have kids early. And my brother's already like in his mid-30s. So who's left? Me. There's only two of us. And like every time I get into something, like a relationship or whatever, or like I'm getting involved with somebody, I'm always like, oh my God. Like, are you the person that the psychic told me about?
Oh my God! So it made both of you delusional.
Yeah, I mean, I was already delusional.
I'm
but like,
dead. Yeah, but they push for grandkids a lot. I said this the other day, which was really weird, and it was like a real time realization, which was crazy. But we talked about in our last episode, I think it was, or our episode that just went up, I don't remember, but I was talking about our grandpa, and how she was talking about school and like how that was the achievement that they always talked about together. The achievement that we always talked about together was marriage and kids, because they didn't have a lot of other goals. You know what I'm saying? And for so long, it was like it would literally like send me into like spirals at night that I'm like running out of time to be a mom. Yeah, like it's like so intense. Like it was one of the biggest stressors in my daily life for some reason.
Well, most people your age already have that stressor though, because like just society.
I hate that phrase.
What?
It makes the
People
27.
your age?
Yeah. It makes the 27 really hit. But
societal
Yeah,
expectation.
no, it's true,
like you're
it's
running
true.
out of time. Your biological clock, like this,
right,
this, and this.
right.
You know?
We were, like we said, preparing for his death for a while, so it was kind of like, oh my god, like what? He's never gonna meet my kids. Like, what do I do? Like, and I have talked about lately how I'm not so focused on it. It's not too much of a stressor, and I was like, I wonder if there's some sort of connection there. Not that it's a good or bad thing. Like, it's
There's correlation.
Yeah. And now I'm kind of like in a spot where I'm like breathing around the thought, you know?
You're
'Cause,
actually like thinking about it. You're like taking your time to.
Yeah. Because before it was like a thought, and it was like this thing has to be done right now.
Yeah, like this is happening.
Yeah, like and it
And
was
it's happening within this amount of years. Like,
yeah, and it got to the point where it was like participating in very like unhealthy activities that I shouldn't be doing because I was willing to have a kid at any point with anybody.
Oh,
It did not matter, and it did not
Okay.
matter if that other parent was going to be there. It didn't, like, I was like, okay, I'll just get pregnant and not tell the other person, like, that bad.
Oh,
Like,
really?
that, like-
it was like I'll just do it on my own then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm running out of time. I can't find somebody. Okay, cool. Like, who's
Okay.
going to be... Who's the chosen one? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it didn't matter to me. And it was kind of like my thought every single time was like, if it happens, it happens. Like, whatever. This was the reason I was put onto this earth anyway. Like, I literally have no other purpose. I have no other thing to do on this planet other than mother a child. So, like, like, let's get it done. And now I'm kind of like, okay. And then now I'm like, okay, alone. And now I'm like, okay, like, you know, it's like, it's a weird switch. But I still definitely want kids and want a big family, and now would love to have, because I've always wanted it, but I've always said, like, I'd be better off as a single mom, not to offend any single moms out there, but I don't do well with partners. I don't do well in a partnership. I don't.
Okay.
I never have. I'm working on it, but like in the past I never have done well in a partnership, and I'm great with kids. So like it was just like, okay, like all the times that I was nannying and taking care of all these kids, I was single. They were in my bed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
that's
wouldn't it be like
true.
different? Like
yeah,
it
now
was
that I'm thinking about it, that's actually really
whatever.
true.
Like I was just continuing on the legacy, you know? So like now I would very much so enjoy, I think. I'm like comfortable enough with myself and with the thought of it to enjoy a partnership with kids.
How many kids would you want?
I used to say I wanted like 10 kids.
Really?
10, 20 kids. Do you remember that? I used to always say like I wanted as many kids as my body would allow me.
You know what?
I would say.
I remember you telling me that, and then at the time, I was sleeping over at your house, and because I used to sleep over at her house a lot growing up, and she had a TV in her room, and we'd always watch TLC, and what was coming on was 19 Kids and Counting. Well, back then, it wasn't 19 Kids and Counting. It was probably like 16 Kids and Counting. It would always come on, and then she'd be like, I want to have that many kids.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like the dream. And our cousin Audrey the other day said like, oh my God, Nashi's favorite show was A Baby Story. My favorite show was literally A Baby Story. Like, I don't know. I love, like, the cousins are like, hang out a lot. Okay.
Yeah, we're
How do
pretty
I
close.
say that?
Yeah, our cousins, we're pretty close with our cousins.
Yeah.
Our other cousins.
Yeah. Like, to the point where, like, sometimes it feels like siblings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, a little, like, siblings that don't live together. So it's kind of like, I love the idea of siblings. I'd love for my kids to have that. I only have one other sibling who's way younger than me, who's gonna hopefully have kids like way later than I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I would love to be able to, I guess, provide that for my kids too.
Yeah.
You know? Somebody to like
Somebody to grow up with.
yeah.
Because you spent 10 years on your own.
Exactly.
Basically.
And like the girl cousins are all, we're not like super, me and Audrey are pretty close in age.
Yeah.
We're a year and a half apart.
And then me and our youngest girl cousin is a year apart.
Yeah. So then, and then
I think
there's
also a year
5
and a half
years.
apart, actually.
Love that. But yeah, we all, me and Audrey especially, like grew up sharing experiences, like the same
They
kind of
lived together at
experiences.
one point.
Yeah. So like it was kind of like, I don't know, I love the idea. I don't want an only child. I don't just want to have one.
Yeah,
I
it's
believe in only child
lonely.
syndrome.
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum where I'm the younger sibling to somebody who is a decade older than me. And even then, it's kind of lonely because, like, when I was growing up, it's like my brother's, 17? He's doing all his teenager stuff. And then I'm just, like, alone at home doing nothing.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true,
like, I
that's
want somebody
true.
to play. I had nobody to play board games with, nobody to, like, play with. I had to, like, find ways to entertain myself. I know it's good for your kids to be bored sometimes, but, like, I was bored. So I would also want to have multiple kids just so that I have, like, close in age. I've always said that I wanted, like, 3 kids, like, a year or 2, maybe 3 years apart.
I don't think I could do a year apart.
Yeah,
No.
you know what? Yeah, because
I
then it's
don't
like
think I
back-to-back
could do a year
pregnancies,
apart,
and then
yeah.
it's just, yeah.
And then it's
so,
like you're pregnant while you have a toddler or like a baby.
like 5 under 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's crazy to me.
Or like 5 under 5. Multiple kids under 5.
I'm dead. I'm okay having a bigger age gap. I also like being, I don't, like as much as I talk shit, I like being an older sibling. I do like the responsibility. I do think it like,
I love being a younger sibling. I love it.
so does my brother probably. But like I, again, was a 10-year-old girl just wanting a sibling. So like I took that role and I ran with it kind of. And I kind of ran with it ever since. And just now like that my brother's kind of 16 and I don't have to like,
He's more self-sufficient.
yeah, like it's different, but I always loved the big sister role, so I'm okay
You are
kind of
very
having
sisterly.
right,
Yeah.
like big sisterly. So I'd be okay having like a kid 5 years apart.
That's a good
Where-
age gap.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
10 years is too much.
10 years
10
is too
years
much,
is too
yeah.
much.
That's like, why am I graduating high school and you're literally settling down having kids?
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah,
Because I have a friend who, she has 2 older brothers. Her oldest brother's almost 20 years older than her.
that's crazy.
Yeah, he's like 40 with 2
That
kids, like
is
settled down.
crazy.
And then her other brother is like, there's 10 years in between each kid.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So her oldest brother is the same age as my brother. So she's 10 years younger than her middle brother and then 20 years younger than her oldest brother.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And I'm like, how old were your parents when they had you?
Right?
You know? Because they still look really young. Like, how old were they when they had your oldest brother?
That's crazy. No, literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Oh my god, are they like all full siblings?
Yeah.
That is insane. The fact that they're even married that long.
Oh, yeah, I know. Goals. What?
That's crazy.
and like,
Oh
I'll
my
interact with their
God.
parents. They're very much still in love.
Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, right?
I love that.
I love when couples are together for a long time and still love each other.
I was thinking about this the other day, and I was gonna say it in when we talk a little bit more about marriage, but we, in our entire family, in all generations, maybe other than like Tita Risa and Tita Chit, I'd say, we don't have an example of parents loving each other.
Yeah.
A single example. Our grandparents, any of the aunts and uncle parents, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
None of us have an example of parents that like still love each other, that have kids
Like
and love each other.
actively, like, and it's so weird because I'll go go over to my friend's house whose like parents still really love each other.
Yeah.
And like it's such like I want to say like a culture shock, to be honest.
Yeah, I call
But,
it
like,
white picket fence.
Yeah, like that. Like it's white picket fence life. Like
Yeah.
I'm like there and it's so weird because they're so used to it. My friends are so used to it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on?
It used to actually make me so upset. When I was like young, I like would get so upset. You know how when like webcams were a thing, like MSN, and you just like video chat all the time? Like sometimes I'd leave those video chats like heartbroken.
Why?
Because of the environment in the other home.
Oh, okay.
Like it would just make me so sad. Like, and I grew up at
That
a
you didn't have
school-
that example?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it would make me so sad as a kid. So, we've been talking for an hour and apparently we have a lot of opinions on parenting. So that was kind of just like a general standpoint, and we'll kind of go into more detail, more specifics, more controversy
in the future.
in future episodes. So we will move on to our little fun game segment.
This is fun. I don't know what is going on in this game. I just know that it's like you're asking me questions and I have to answer it for you. And then you answer it for me.
Okay, so it's actually, I do kind of want to give credit where credit is due. I didn't come up with these. I didn't, whatever. But there's this app that I keep seeing on TikTok. And it's a questions for couples app technically, but I kind of picked out the ones that were more like friend, like funny. And it's called Agape, I think. I should know the girl's username because I literally I just took all of these straight off of TikTok. Okay, the girl's username is literally questions for love.
Oh.
But I picked out all the ones that were like funny questions to ask your friends. So we're going to answer that. Like I'll ask the question and then she'll answer it for me and I'll answer it for her.
Okay.
If someone told you that I had one day left to live, like tomorrow,
Okay.
what 3 things would I spend it doing?
Getting extremely inebriated.
True.
I feel like you just go off and everybody you have something to say, you would go say it to them, but you would leave it to the last minute, like the last hour before your time is up, just so that like nothing, like so you get your piece said and then you don't have to deal with the fallout.
That's hilarious because that was like, I wasn't expecting you to say that, but it's so true. That is so funny because it's so true. Like, I don't care if you're across the world. Like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you would hop on that flight,
Oh my God.
show up at their door, say your piece, and then like it'll be so last minute that you're probably dropped out on their doorstep.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
And then you would love that because then they have to deal with the fallout of you being dead on their doorstep.
That's true. That is
Like-
very true. Oh my God. So accurate. That is so good.
The third one.
Oh my God.
I don't really know about the third one.
That's true. That's probably about it.
Yeah, that's probably about it.
Because those 2 things are hard work.
They are.
You
It takes a lot of energy.
Like, I have no energy left after those 2 things. Oh my God, that's crazy.
And then you would go get inebriated again afterwards, like a sandwich.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I
I'd
feel like you'd
eat
want to
and,
go
like-
peacefully. So, like,
Surrounded by Taco Bell.
yeah, do that. Just sitting there. Taco Bell in one hand, your water pipe in the other.
That's true. That's true. I'm dead. That's true. I'd want to go like halfway through a joint or something.
Yeah.
I think, okay, so for you,
Ooh.
I think, okay, so I'm going to count this as one thing to do just because it's like,
Is there multiple steps?
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So the first part of this, and you would do this doing the other 2, is you would like drain your bank account.
Oh, yeah. Can't take it with me when I'm dead.
You know, like she would drain her bank account and she would like get the first flight somewhere, like somewhere overseas, and like save enough money that she could just like go and just be there till she dies and just kind of
Frolic.
like eat all day, like eat out like at all the different places. You know what I'm saying?
You're so right.
And then you would just die overseas.
Oh, you're so right. That is so true.
And make sure you would like keep going to places and keep going to like attractions or like restaurants until you would drain your bank account, hop on a train,
you're
go to the next
so
place.
True.
And then just like
So
wherever
right.
it happens, it happens.
That sounds like a dream, to be honest. I do that now.
A lot more peaceful than mine, but
I would do that now, to be honest.
that's true. 2 types of people. You
I
would spend your
love-
last day enjoying your time. I would spend my last
God.
day ruining everybody else's. Oh my God. That is so good. If someone told you I had gone viral on TikTok overnight, what would you assume I was doing in the video?
Some crazy story time.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking, like, early Tana Mojo, yelling, screaming at the camera, like, entertainment through and through.
okay, true.
That's what I'm thinking.
True.
Like, some crazy out-of-pocket story.
True. See, for you, I was also thinking a story time, but like a relatable, like, I can't even think of anybody. Fuck, I should have thought of somebody.
So you're saying I'm this unique?
Like, okay, wait, who? I'm thinking more like, I'm thinking Madeline, but less controversial.
Okay.
You know, like that type of like just...
Kind of like Emma Chamberlain, Madeline.
Yeah. Like that
Okay.
type of deal.
I
That
feel.
type of deal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
That type of story time talking thing.
I would love to live Emma Chamberlain's life, to be honest. Maybe I should get on my
know,
Zoom,
right?
start posting more story times. See, the thing about me wanting to post more story times, it's like, what if I want to go back to these people? Should I give them aliases?
I think about that sometimes, but I'm like,
Fair. You know, I'm
you know
crazy.
who I am.
Yeah, you know
exactly.
who I am,
You know
yeah.
exactly who I am.
That's true.
I think about that sometimes with the shit I say, literally on camera.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, that would be awkward.
Yeah, it's like you knew who I am when you chose to get
Exactly.
involved.
Exactly, and you knew who I am. If you chose to come back.
That's true. That's fair.
You know, like that's on you, bro. That's on you. If I sold the rights to my entire life to Netflix so they could pick one specific period, phase, or experience in my life to turn into a comedy, what would they choose to make the movie about?
Your bald era.
True. No, true. True.
She had a bald era.
Out of bald area. That too. That too. Huge backstory if you know what trichotillomania is. I feel like that's a whole episode.
Oh, true. We could talk
I
about
feel like
that.
that's a whole fucking episode. For you, I can't think about a comedy.
Oh my gosh.
So I was gonna say like maybe not even a comedy because I can't think of like
Nothing crazy has happened to me.
not like crazy funny.
I feel like my show would be more of a drama.
Yeah,
Like a teen drama.
like a teen,
that-
like exactly like
yeah.
a Disney Channel movie.
I was thinking
not
a little
Disney
more
Channel.
above.
Okay, you know
Like a
who-
Netflix.
Lisa Marie
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the blonde one.
Mhm.
So there's a movie that she played in, and I don't fucking remember what movie it is, but it was like she was portraying a teenager, and they're like at the park in the dark swinging, and it was like kind of cheesy, but like not because
Aw.
if you were that age, like watching that, you'd think it was so real. You know what I'm saying? But being older, it's kind of like,
That's true.
you know, like that type of movie, like of your high school experience, and like make it in so where when
get it.
the people that are in high school watching it could be like, whoa, but the older people would be like, okay, you know?
Yeah.
If we woke up tomorrow to an announcement that nothing is illegal for the next 24 hours, like a purge,
Okay.
what would be the first thing I did?
Ooh, I don't know. Like public destruction of property. Is that what it's called? Like destruction of property?
I'm fucking dead because these are so real and it's so funny.
Like you're slashing tires.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you're
okay,
egging
fair.
you're egging houses, slashing
Yeah.
tires.
Yeah.
You know? Like you're making a rage room out of the world.
Yeah, true. True. No, that's very true. I was gonna say you'd rob a bank, but I don't think you'd do that first. I think what she would do was she would go to the mall or like Shoppers or something and like test it out and like just steal like something like not like a chocolate bar, but she would steal something like a bottle of pills or like a $30 makeup
Interesting.
item, and then once she realized that everything's like
Everything's legit.
and I got away with it, she would like go ham.
You know what though? I was thinking along the same lines of, stealing things, being a little thief. I was gonna force somebody to like transfer me like their whole bank savings. Is that like
I'm
or commit,
dead.
like,
That's
fraud?
literally called findom. I'm dead. Oh my god, yeah, people get off on that shit. It's scary. But yeah, she'd steal. For sure.
interesting?
She'd steal. Because she's also not a, you know what? She's not a stealer. Normally.
I'm not. I get
You know how everybody
anxious.
goes through that like klepto
I've
phase?
never had that klepto phase.
I
You
did.
know what? I live vicariously through it because my friends in high school had a klepto phase, and I would just tell them what I wanted.
Yeah,
and
I
they
had
would
friends
get it
like
for
that. I had
me.
friends like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not like a stealer, so it's like a big thing for her. So
Yeah.
if things were like,
If I knew
Yeah.
for sure that all crime is legal,
she's stealing, she's taking
I'm-
advantage of
yeah,
that.
I am going through my character development,
Yeah.
and the character is developing into a villain.
Yeah,
That's what's
literally.
happening.
I'm dead. If someone told you they saw me at a random place in the middle of the night, where would you immediately assume I was?
Like a guy's house,
Okay.
like in their driveway,
I knew she was gonna say that.
like in your car, parked in your car, in some random driveway.
True. I think she would be at the Brow.
Oh yeah. Which if you don't know
I
what
think
the
you would be at
brow
the brow.
is.
Like, it's like a lookout.
yeah, like city lookout, because we
Yeah.
live on kind of like a mountain, kind of.
Yeah.
So like you can see the city lights
Yeah.
of the city below.
Yeah, she would 100% be listening to music in her car at the brow.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, I do
With
that.
like a drink or like a snack or something. Just
yeah,
like,
you know, that's a perfect night for me.
yeah. Like, it's so funny because even like these are such like weird random questions, but you can very clearly see how different we are. Like what sets us apart. Oh my god. If someone told you I got arrested without giving you any additional explanation, what is the first thing you assume I did?
Assault, but for a good cause.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if one of your friends is being like a guy was bothering one of your friends, like you're definitely punching the guy.
Okay, yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's true. And then I'm getting arrested and deported.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that part.
Oh my god, that's crazy. I know. That's how Antonio's friend got deported. So I
Actually?
need to like be careful. Yeah, and that story actually
Yeah.
scared me because I'm like, no, that would happen.
That
Like,
would happen to you.
And that's
yeah.
exactly what happened to him. He bar fight protecting his friend. Deported.
Oh my gosh.
Gone. Oh my, like
That's scary.
I know. For you, I think, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Like some sort of, like you didn't do anything, but you were somehow involved.
Accomplice.
Yeah. Yeah.
know what? Didn't
Or
that happen to-
framed.
Framed.
Yeah. To be honest,
Framed. What do you think's more likely? Me just being involved or me being framed?
it depends who you're with.
Damn.
You know? Like if I knew you were out for the night, like if you were going out and then all of a sudden you were arrested, probably an accomplice. You know, if it was like random and you were like, last thing I knew you were in your room, you were definitely framed. Like she doesn't,
I don't like confrontation.
yeah, or like to feel like she's doing something wrong.
I know.
You know? So like there's not, like it would be something random that like either, like even an accidental accomplice. You know what I'm
I
saying? Like you
know.
accidentally got involved and
That
it's
would
like,
happen to
fuck.
me.
Like yeah, that would happen to you. Yeah, like with me, it's like, yeah, okay, punch them in the face. With you, it's like, now you're fighting for your life because, like, oh my god, no, that would happen. That would happen. If someone told you they saw me arguing with a stranger in the street, what would you immediately assume I was arguing with them about?
Oh, we talked about this earlier, and anything.
I literally,
She'll argue with anybody for
there's
anything.
no shocker. Like, there would not be a single reason that would be a shocker.
Yeah. Like, I'd be like, okay, cool.
It's like, of course she is.
Tell me the drama later. Like,
yeah, like,
you
of
know?
course she's arguing
When you're
with
done
somebody in the
this,
street.
like, let me know what's up.
That is so funny. That's true. That's true. I think for you, you would either be defending somebody
Oh, honorable.
close to you or one of those like such random passions of yours that somehow somebody else at this place that you were at knows something about and now
Interesting.
you're in a heated argument. Like something like Formula 1 or like something
Okay.
she went to school for or something,
see.
you know, like something like that.
Yeah.
And I think it would get heated. I think it could, like if you were at a club, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I think that
that's
could get
true.
heated.
I think it would too.
Yeah, it would be like something random like that.
Yeah.
Like if it was something bad, I'd be shocked. Like I'd be shocked if it was actually something like bad or outlandish. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be shocked if it was like random like that. I'd be like, okay, true. Let's go. Like, he hears you. Like, okay, so that's all we have for today. Thank you for watching and or listening.
Make sure to follow us on all of our socials at Harsh Worded Pod.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.